I'm really interested in historical fiction because of the way that characters' stories can be used to explore wider social issues and challenge the grand historical narratives. When I moved up to Townsville last year, I really wanted to keep writing history and find out about local history. I was looking particularly at spaces that seemed empty but might have stories underneath. And I found this big patch of dirt at the corner of Boundary Street and Charters Towers Road. And anyone that's been in Townsville for a while will know that there used to be quite a seedy hotel there called the Causeway Hotel. I was just looking at what had gone on at the Causeway Hotel, and that's when I first encountered Lizzie O'Day. Lizzie was living up here in the 1920s, and she was involved in a shooting out the back of the Causeway Hotel. Her best friend Thelma had had £19 stolen from her, which in 1924 would have been a significant amount of money. Lizzie went after the woman who stole Thelma's money, and her name was Dolly. Lizzie shot Dolly and her thumb was hit. When the cops found them, Lizzie was trying to hide the gun and her friend Thelma was passed out drunk on Herod Street. Then I started looking in the archives for Lizzie O'Day and I found more and more mentions of her. I discovered that she was a petty thief, that her modus operandi was to go up to men in bars, give them a hug and say, "Will you buy me a drink, Dad?" and then steal their wallets. And I also found out that her husband was imprisoned for 20 years for murder. And she waited for him for all that time. And when he was eventually released, he was out of jail for 2 weeks, where he glassed a man over a fight with another woman and sent straight back to jail. And after that, Lizzie disappears from the archives. In the 1920s, at the back of the Causeway Hotel, there were a series of small workers' cottages that were used as brothels. It was highly likely that Lizzie was a prostitute. In a court case with her husband, the judge asks him directly, "Did you make money out of your wife?" Because there was a law at the time that men couldn't make money out of their wife's earnings as prostitutes. Women could live off their earnings as prostitutes, but men couldn't make money out of their wives. And I think that shows this double standard, that prostitution was kind of accepted as a necessary evil, but that women couldn't really be the breadwinners in the household. This piece of local history shows that the past really wasn't a glamorous place at all. As a writer, it's really exciting to go into the archives and find these fascinating local stories.